What's up, everybody? Welcome back to West Coast POPCast. It is your boys back once again. We are a day late. Instead of our usual Wednesdays, we're here on Thursday. Had some stuff pop up. We apologize for that. But it's been a nice week. It's been a big week for pop culture, for wrestling, for our channel. Greatly appreciate you all you guys, all of our 2,300 subs, man. All of you, welcome to the community,
Woo!
welcome to the family. If you're new to the channel, we have the West Coast Popcast every week, usually on Wednesdays, with your host, the main man, Zach, me, the final boss, Knock, and of course, the Infinity Champ, Eric, who is not here today, but he'll be back next week. We do tier lists on the channel. We have a new interview Q&A up posted from your boy, Zach. Good to see you there, man. Thanks for providing that,
Hey,
provider. We also have a lot of other videos from wrestling shows, from Tic Tac trivia, if you want to go back to that. We do some live streams all the time, so definitely check it out and welcome to the channel. But without further ado, introducing Zach.
all right. Yeah, definitely go back and check out some of our old material and play Tic Tac Trivia and leave comments. We check the comments, especially if they're new ones. What you guys say, so let us know how you did. So, we're gonna get started. We got a lot to talk about, as you can see in the thumbnail. We're also talking about Axel F, the new Beverly Hills Cop
Sir.
movie, a whole bunch of stuff with the streaming services that are going on. Warner Brothers trying to pick a prom date between WWE and AEW, and a whole lot more. Here's the intro, and we'll get right into it. So make sure you get your comments going because we want to hear from you all stream long.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there it is.
I love that intro, man. You did a really good job with that. That intro was made by your boy, Zach, everybody.
And it's a piggyback off of what Eric did. So it's the three of us always working together.
Sir. It's been a big week in wrestling, of course. West Coast Podcast. We have a lot to talk about here. We're gonna talk about a few promos as well. Um, yeah, there's actually quite a few. There's quite a few pots being stirred. Um, where should we start it off, man? Where should we kick it off?
Whatever you want to do. We got topics, we got wrestling, we have streamers, we have Hollywood stuff, we have trivia, we have a whole bunch of stuff. So whatever you want to talk about, Knock, we're gonna get into it. And again, comment. Even if you're not watching live, comment. We comment back.
All right, let's stop. Let's start it off at the top of the show here. A good promo from Punk and Rollins meeting face to face. There's a lot of discourse on the internet. I think this was a very good showing between the two. Their first time meeting, no touching, just straight up staring each other down for the first minutes or so of it. Crowd going wild. You got CM Punk chants. You got the Seth Rollins theme chorus, if you will. I really enjoyed it because WWE is literally taking the material that AEW gift wrapped them, and they're actually using it to build. And this is becoming a big money fight. People want to see it. Everyone's invested. So we're getting what we should have got at AEW in WWE, and that's really hurting them, in my opinion. I'm not saying I'm not gonna be here preaching AEW doom and gloom, but this is something we should have seen on their product if business was put first, in my opinion. No offense, Zach. What would your take on the promo?
I liked everything because it's a build up. It's a build up before
Exactly.
the Rumble. We have weeks. The Raw of Christmas is going to be a best of. They have the week off in WWE, so it gives it time to marinate. It gives other storylines to go forward. And look, we said this before. Punk isn't their main draw, so he's being treated differently than he was in AEW. And now, when you see the new Backlash trailer, or excuse me, poster that was released, Punk's not on it. So they realize that they have this huge product going forward with many superstars who could main event WrestleMania, not just main event Backlash, main event WrestleMania, men and women. So they know that Punk is just a cherry on top of what they already got going. So I just love this. It's what the internet wanted. It's what you said that was building up in AEW already. And yes, you pointed it out, and I put a thing on our Instagram story. It is basically the Hangman promo after
Yeah.
you mentioned that I watch it back and forth. But yeah, they're taking full advantage of what AEW failed to capitalize on because some people just didn't want to make money.
Exactly. I get, sign all the NDAs, try to. This was a huge money thing they could have done. The coolest thing they could have done was turn this into a work. And I don't want to give this guy any more credit, but Vince McMahon for sure would have turned this into a work and just had everyone eating off of this for years. Um, so on the flip side of that, I do want to give some credit more to Hangman Page. Um, he was called very unprofessional for going off of his promo, which Seth Rollins did the same thing. So I don't think it was necessarily unprofessional. And we, at least for me, when I first seen that promo from Hangman to CM Punk, I thought it was great. I thought he was
Yeah.
digging in, and I thought I didn't know there was any other like subcontext to go with it.
I didn't know either, and I gotta say, it wasn't even that bad. I thought it was a very good promo from Hangman, and for Punk to get all like pissy about it, or anyone else too. I didn't think it was that bad. It was
Yeah,
more of like a, this is the rumors. This is what your thing is. Your attitude is online, and the reports of your attitude. Prove us wrong. Prove us wrong, and put on good matches. And you know what? I'll eat these words later, but that's not what happened.
exactly. And that's the thing too. Like for Hangman to come out there and say all this stuff, he knew. I'm at that point. I'm pretty sure he knew he was losing the belt to CM Punk. So then it would have put
Yeah,
him over even more to get that victory and then prove what Hangman was saying wrong. So I didn't really necessarily see anything wrong with it. And we've seen it double down with Seth Rollins doing pretty much the same shit.
yeah. The set thing, I'll say, it was a little bit softer than I thought it was going to be, but again, it's a build up because you need to get all those sharp jabs in if they do a build up to WrestleMania. And I'll say this again: do not give Punk the main event spot at WrestleMania. Do not give it to him in year one because he can leave you before the year's done. Don't. And if you want to really give it to Punk, have Seth Rollins bring that up in part of his promo leading up to WrestleMania. You whine and bitch because you couldn't headline WrestleMania. Well, I'm not giving you that either. We're going to open night two.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you, Zach. I
Mhm.
completely agree. On paper, I completely agree with everything you said there.
Yeah.
But CM Punk's been enjoying NXT life down there, treating the women's division, the gym stuff. So I don't think he's leaving. I think he's, I seen him taking pictures with he was with Jade, Core Jade,
Yeah.
Peter Lyons, all them. I think he's there for the long haul. And I also believe AJ Lee's gonna make her return. I was saying this since AEW. I thought CM Punk was there. Soraya had just came back. We had rumors of Mercedes Monet. AJ Lee just did heels, which CM Punk did before his wrestling return. I
Yep.
thought we were prepping for her to come back when she was ready. She was on WoW as well, so she's
Yeah,
back
and
into the wrestling world. Go ahead.
she is, and her contract's up with WoW, so she's not doing the filming for the new season that's going on right now. So if you are in Los Angeles and you're going to the WoW filmings, let us know.
Yeah, usually out there, just didn't have time this week to attend, but hopefully next tapings I can be there. Yeah. So when that all fell apart, I think AJ Lee, who was, we've seen her in the gym. She is shredded.
Yes,
You
and
got
this is
dude.
towards the end of her WoW career. That was just not even a full year ago. So she was shredded. She's getting ready for something. Was it supposed to be AEW, and then that got canned, and now it might be WWE? I don't know. Yeah,
And that's my thing. I truly believe we will see AJ Lee in the Rumble, and I think this is another ball that AEW might have dropped. Again, I don't want to be the doom and gloom police here, but it's very hard to like overlook this massive elephant in the room.
yeah. All right, we'll talk about more about AEW as it goes forward here because there's some other stuff, and a lot of it is kind of doom and gloom,
Yeah,
but it's not doom and gloom. We know AEW is fine. The ratings are always fine with Dynamite, and Collision's actually steady. So
yeah.
let's hit these chats real quick.
Um,
Ready or not? How you doing? The kids are playing Fortnite weekend concert or whatever that is. Don't know anymore, but we're doing well. Hope you are too.
what's up, ready or not?
And Noob, good seeing you again. Hope you're
Yes,
doing well as well.
my guy. What's up, noob? How you doing? Hope all is well. And also, you once you see Seth put on his Joker suit, he means business.
That's true. I didn't even pick up on that, man. That is some deep purple Joker going on.
I didn't realize he was taller than him. I don't know if it's the shoes he's wearing, or whatever, but I didn't realize he was that much taller.
I didn't either. Do you think he kind of brings down the goofiness that we've seen the
Oh
Joker
yeah,
Seth Rollins?
he's locked
Yeah.
in. Like the moment he said, "I hate you," I was like, "Okay, we're getting a locked in Seth Rollins. We're not getting the shenanigans, if you will."
You know, be
Uh,
good. I just want to see that's just random. CM Punk. We've seen him on SmackDown. We've seen him in NXT, especially Deadline, and recently now on Monday Night Raw. Him walking backstage, talking to random people, the Jamaican Me Crazy thing. I actually like that. It was funny.
yeah.
But I want to see him walking back and just get shoulder bumped by the man Becky Lynch. That's it. No
Ooh,
words. And even like I would even if I was Triple H or producer, be like, hey, can you actually even take another step back? Like she really hits
yeah.
you. Or if it's not supposed to happen, I just tell Becky Lynch to do it, film it, and say fuck it.
I like that. We've seen her do that to Cena when she was building her man up
Yeah.
in the ring. I think that gives Becky a nice little rub. And CM Punk did mention her. He did reference her, so I think she has the rights to bump him in the back. Um, the other thing here, and I want AEW to take a page out of this. there was no references at all to any other talent, any other especially talent outside the company. It was them two locking in, focusing on the moment, focusing on them, these characters, so we can invest in them. And I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it. This is built up for Seth to get his stuff off his chest. We didn't
Hmm.
really see CM Punk punch back. I think we'll get that in the further weeks, and it gives me
Yeah,
us something to look forward to in the coming weeks.
exactly. Something to look forward to, and there's no bullshit because they both work in the same place. They're going to cross paths. I was glad they did this out and got this out of the way.
Yeah, so solid promo, and CM Punk signed to Raw. This is when he signed there. So,
And we'll talk about why in a
oh,
little bit. What do you want to talk
uh,
about next?
I have a guess, but we'll get to that in a bit. Going from Monday Night Raw, CM Punk Seth Rollins promo. The other promo I kind of enjoyed here was our truth in a Judgment Day, and I enjoy it for this reason. Before I throw it to you, I see this kind of like the bloodline light, if you will, where
Hmm.
Sami Zayn was the comic relief. He kind of joined them in a certain way. I think our truth can get over to with a point where they might it might be something similar. Maybe not get
Okay.
that big push for a world title, but I think our truth brings a lot of new entertainment to the Judgment Day. What do you think?
I agree. I'm actually really liking this. And I'm now that my season's up at work, I'm actually able to watch full episodes of stuff. The two favorite things, other than storylines moving forward, are really good matches that are actually happening on Raw, which is still a 3 hour show. So I'm not really, I'm not not laying off the fast forward button. But my two favorite things right now on Raw in the last couple of weeks is R Truth and Chelsea Green. Because there is a sense of variety show that you need to have. It doesn't have
Mhm.
to be as much as NXT, but these two just bring a fresh air to a 3 hour show. So I'm a big fan.
I am too, man. A lot going on, and that's another. I'm glad you pointed out. Chelsea Green is doing a lot of amazing stuff too. Still WWE Tag Team Champion.
Yep.
Oh man.
You want to get
But
into
yeah,
it? You want to get into your promo of the week?
yeah, let's jump into it. Let's jump to the promo week because if you guys have like keep up with us, me and Zach tend to disagree on things, especially like certain promos, like Eddie Kingston promo, even some Jericho stuff. I liked as opposed to him liking. There's certain things you guys watch the show. This one, I truly believe are on the same side. This
Hmm.
was hard to watch
Yeah.
for a multitude of reasons. So Kenny Omega comes out first. He gets his TV entrance. I'm locked in. I'm excited because Kenny's one of my favorites of all time, and I kind of forget that now in AEW because I'm not seeing him at his full potential. It feels like I feel like he's getting
Right.
held back with these stories. Tony Khan pump faked a golden lovers reunion with Kenny and Kota Ibushi, and instead we got Kenny and Jericho.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Fine. I dig it. They're both from the same place. This is bound to happen. Let's get to it. Fast forward, however long it's been, they drag down Takeshita's push with the Don Callis family, who I've forgotten about, and Don Callis is still feuding with them, even though they're not feuding with him, and we're not getting to focus on the main guys like Powerhouse Hobbs and Takeshita. So that's all a mess. Now focusing on this promo here, Jericho gets a. I don't know if you noticed, but Jericho got a commercial entrance. That doesn't usually happen with Judas and all that.
Oh yeah.
So they're in the ring. They call out Ricky Starks and Big Bill. First strike for me off the bat. Um, Jericho's trying to get this joke across. He says, I don't know what he says at this point. He calls him something that gets bleeped out. No one really reacts. Second time, something that gets beeped out. No one really reacts. Third time, he calls him Big Billy Starks, referencing Billy Starks in ROH, who's never been on AEW. Love Billy Starks. Hope she has a great main event match. But it just, what are we going for here? Like, what are we doing? What match are we building up? Because this made me not want to watch it. Actually, this promo made me want to watch Kenny Omega versus Ricky Starks. And I was mad I wasn't getting that singles match.
Mm.
What else happened before I throw it to you? I don't want to cover everything. I'll throw it to you here, and if you want to give them your thoughts. But this is very hard to watch.
I was going to skip over a lot of Dynamite until you pointed this out. This was beyond improv at its worst. It was so bad with the pauses, with the baton passing, and you could tell this was set up because I'm just going to say someone really wanted to do this. Someone thought this was a good idea, and a certain someone had their bullets in the chamber. But I don't know if he really understood that some of those bullets were blanks.
I think once the first two blinks hit, he was way off his game. He was trying to like reel it back in, and it wasn't going anywhere. I felt like the crowd got taken out of it very quickly. Um, the other thing too, some of the stuff Ricky Starks was saying, he had to like punch back, and he was kind of using like the internet stuff I see that people say about Jericho being like, the vampire sucker of people whoever's hyped up, whoever's the hot thing of the week. He likes to
Mhm.
attach himself to that. So it was kind of weird seeing that on TV being displayed. That didn't really work for me. And I love Ricky Starks, great guy. His
Yeah.
his look is amazing. Him and Big Bill's presentation has been amazing. I love how their entrance is going together. And then we get the Enzo Amore joke. In no world is Enzo Amore on the same stratosphere as Ricky Starks in wrestling, on even on the mic. And we're throwing out this cheap pop, which I don't even know if really got over with the fans. I don't know, to put Ricky down. What was that for? That's what I'm saying. Like, instead of focusing on what we got here, this product, building this up, going to be invested in these two matches. This is the World Tag Team Champions. We're
Hmm.
getting a World Tag Team Championship match on a pay per view, and instead, I'm like, I'm going the opposite direction. I'm not coming in. I'm not getting closer with this. I'm going the opposite direction.
The Enzo Amore jab I thought was so cheap and just a momentary pop. It's more of a cheap pop than Mick Foley doing "I'm in your insert town here" pop. The
Yeah,
Enzo Amore jab was so bad it popped the crowd, but it popped the bubble on Big Bill for me. You basically now just brought all that back, and you basically squashed all the hard work that he did on the indies, all the coming back and the sobriety and all this shit that he's done in his real life, and you just put him right back into that spot. That's what you did with that one jab. I know it just seems like a little jab and a little funny thing to put here on Dynamite in your promo, and I'm sure this is one of the bullets that he had in his promo chamber that he just wanted to shoot off. But man, did this one just deflate Big Bill and everything that he's done. And it really didn't help Ricky Starks either, because now if someone starts Googling who that is, if they weren't a big WWE fan during that era, they're going to look at him now and they'll have their little Enzo Amore signs and all this other crap now. And it just really, really, really takes the steam out of the tag team champions.
yeah. It's really sucks because Ricky's another victim of business going south. He was supposed to have his huge storyline payoff with CM Punk on pay per view. He expressed his frustrations. He turned what was a terrible situation to something gold with Brian Danielson. They both great match, and now he gets shifted into the tag team division off a whim. It feels like, and I wasn't completely sold on him and Big Bill. I thought they just threw him with Big Bill for no reason because Big Bill was tagging with Brian Cage, and
Mm-hmm.
we just said, you know what, fuck, we'll throw them together. And they actually worked to get me to believe in him. I liked the pairing. It started working for me. Ricky was putting Big Bill over a lot. He talked about him getting over sobriety. He was actually doing a lot on commentary for some of those collisions. So the work they were putting in, just to say, oh yeah, Enzo Amore, and bring us all the way back, like you said, it just doesn't work. And like, what are we talking about here? This is a new character here. And the same guy, new character here, new presentation. Can we focus on that?
Yeah.
Um, and the other thing that killed it for me, you can tell when Jericho got into his jokes, if you will, Ricky was out of it. He checked out completely. When the camera went on him, he was, I forget what his remark, I don't know if you remember it, but he checked out completely. I think he even said it fell flat. I think he said something like that, something along those lines. Then I seen Kenny Omega. I don't think he really wanted to be there. I think he was kind of confused out there. Jericho became disinterested because he wasn't getting the reaction he was looking for. So all in all, this is a huge waste of time.
Huge waste of time. Kenny Omega, I love Kenny Omega, but man, he seemed like that drunk dude who wanted to sing karaoke but didn't really feel comfortable doing karaoke, but still got on the mic and did karaoke, and
Yeah.
like that's what you got. And I look, man. I think we know who really wanted this segment, whose idea the segment was, and again, I think it's because of that one joke, the one Enzo joke, and I just think that is what really, really ruined it. I can watch something awkward, I can watch a train wreck all day long. I watched a really bad horror movie last night and sat through the whole thing, but this was just you're taking a shit on two people who are champions. One of them, like you said, Ricky Starks, who had to just kind of keep rolling with the punches and pivoting every other week because of what's been happening around the company. And the other one, Big Bill, who has made huge changes in his own personal life. And now you're just bringing him back to ground zero.
Yeah. And there's a certain look or presentation Kenny has. When you see him in New Japan, he had a cleaner look. He had a cleaner the way he was talking to the crowd. He's great on the mic when you put him in certain positions that just like for example, this mix, this is kind of like BTE Kenny Omega, which worked with Hangman Page and the Bucks because they knew what they all were in on it. They knew exactly what they needed to do in their promos, which made that
Yeah.
tag team build, that tag team match amazing. I feel like Jericho's trying to do that BTE stuff here, and it's not. We're not on the same page here. I feel like we're forcing it, so it doesn't work when you force it.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm gonna say on here. Let us know what you guys think about this. I don't want to focus too much on it, but
Yeah.
I really got to see much more improvement here.
Yeah. This was probably worst thing of the week easily.
Yeah. And we'll get to some of the best things of the week. If you guys are watching tonight, we will find out a new international superstar for TNA Impact Wrestling. I don't know if it's gonna be Kushida again because they already announced he signed. So in the span of what 2 weeks, we got Okada returning to TNA, Osprey. We re-signed Eddie Edwards, former TNA World Champion, TNA World Tag
Mhm.
Team Champion. Deanna's still in the wind. Hopefully, we can clear that up. Uh,
Yeah.
we got Trinity, of course, is the champion, and now we have Kushida and Kenta returning. There might be one more international
Trent
wrestler.
7.
Trent Seven just signed as well. There might be another. I don't know if they're referring to Trent Seven or it's gonna be another guy. But there's
Okay.
a lot going on to build to TNA, so I'm excited for it.
When's the date that it officially goes back to TNA? When is like, do they have a kickoff? Do they have like a season
Yeah. So
premiere, or do they have like
January
a
6th,
quinceanera? What do they got going on?
January 6th, against all odds, we're back, baby. And then we're following up with the Snake Eyes tapings for television. So a lot of good stuff there. This is the last pay-per-view. Final Resolution is the last Impact Wrestling pay-per-view, and they're going out with a bang.
Okay.
So get your TNA Plus, everybody. That goes for Eric as well. And I want to say to everybody who supported that poll, who jumped
What
on the
about now?
polls, if you will,
Yeah.
and voted. I think we had like 120 something people.
137 as of like 2 hours ago.
Really appreciate you guys supporting the polls. We're gonna keep putting these out every week, different polls. But the poll of the week this week, it's almost 2024, and TNA is returning. As for Eric, the leader of the Justice League, Infinity Champion, and the man notorious for being a TNA hater, should he get TNA Plus? And with 58% of the vote, they said yes. Why doesn't he have it already? 23% said yeah. We want to watch a live stream, and for that 23%, we hope to get you those live streams. We'll get Eric to do them. 7% says definitely he's missed so much gold. And of course, I threw to Denzel. You can't do this to me, to Eric. I am the police. And all you guys comments, man. Air Percy, I see out there. Black Gallic, Oregano Salsa Breakfast, Dangerous Mitchell, Bilal, Alonzo, Prime Time, man. What are we doing, Prime Time? All you guys, really appreciate it.
Alt to everyone, Cunningham. There's a couple more I think that went up before I took the screenshots. Put them on here that you gave us here, knock. But keep commenting. Let us know in the comments too what Eric is missing in TNA, and let us know what you're excited for in TNA,
And
because I'm excited for the rebrand to see what they do. Apparently, they have a new production stuff in the wind too.
I like it, man. I always like a new, fresh coat of paint. And I cannot forget the main TNA supporter, Dutilla. I did see that. You kicked off the comments I seen, saying you will literally donate your money to get Eric the TNA app. If you do that, we promise we'll get some content. If you guys want to donate to get Eric that TNA app, we'll do. They just did a little price hike, as someone mentioned.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. But thank you all for supporting the polls. We'll have another poll out. Let's say we'll get them out every Monday. To start the week, we'll have a new poll of the week, and we'll read them off on the show on Wednesdays.
Cool. I'm down with that. All right, where are we going next, Knock? There's so much going on here. If you
There's
have
so much
anything in the
going.
comments, let us know too, because I know there's a lot we're missing, and our schedules are all jumbled around, so we didn't get to put everything in the podcast today.
We're going from one of my passions, Zach. I think you know where I'm going with this. I love TNA, man.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone watches our podcast, anyone knows Zach, you know one of his favorite movies of all time,
Oh,
Beverly Hills Cop. And we're up to number 4, going straight to Netflix. I'm surprised we didn't get a theatrical release. But the trailer dropped, I believe it was yesterday now. Zach, take it away. Let us know.
Beverly Hills Cop 4, and now Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. The trailer has been released. I like what I see in the trailer. Again, number 1 is my favorite movie of all time. Number 2, yes, I know The Godfather 2 and I know Empire Strikes Back exists, but Beverly Hills Cop 2 is my favorite sequel of all time. Let me scratch that. Second favorite next to Terminator 2. But the point is, both well done. Both feel like the exact same movie. The exact same characters are back for another round. And then part 3 happened, which is a huge fumble. It felt like if a studio got a hold of hot comic Axel Foley, Eddie Murphy, and made a movie for him, where the other 2 felt like movies Eddie Murphy wanted to make. This one feels like the first 2 movies. I'm excited. The music is there. Taggart, Rosewood are back. Bronson Pinchot is back. We have Paul Reiser coming back, who's probably going to take over the lieutenant position or whatever he's going to be doing up in there in Detroit. But that is a nice callback as well. Everyone is back. I know Axel Foley is going to be having a daughter who is working in the legal system, so he's got that going forward too. But I'm so excited with Axel F. Oh man, the heat is on.
Eddie over there cooking, man. I'm excited. I'm glad to see him back in movies.
Yeah. Did you watch Candy Cane Lane on Prime?
I didn't. I didn't.
Not
Should
that
I?
excited to see him back in movies, are you?
Zach calling me out here, man. Didn't it just come out, man? Can I get some? Can I
Yeah,
get a
all
month
right,
at
all right,
least?
all right, all right.
Can I get a month? Oh man. But yeah, I'm gonna check out that one. And summer 2024. Okay.
I'm excited. So, we got a couple Q&As up on the channel now. One of them was at the Egyptian. The Egyptian here in Hollywood is a Netflix theater now. They redid the whole thing. It's super fucking cool. I'm keeping my eye open, and I'm going to be knocking on some doors here from some people I know to see if I can get into if there's the premiere is here in LA, which I imagine it would be.
Yeah.
To see if we can
Well,
get
that
something
makes
going
sense.
and go to that. And hopefully you guys here at West Coast Pop will be attending something big in LA for the premiere of Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. I did get to see some of this get filmed in Beverly Hills, and I fucking marked out. And I mark out every time I drive past the Beverly Hills Police Department.
That's insane, man.
Let us know your comments though, man. Knock, you are excited for this though?
I'm very excited. The trailer, I think it was a quick 90-second trailer.
Yeah.
I think they found the recipe here, and I'm really cool to see it. Someone in the chat here, let me pull it up here. What's up? What's up? Big push. How you doing? Beverly Hills Cop is about to be good. I like the cast. Yeah,
Yes.
they bring back a lot of people, like Zach said. I didn't know he's supposed to have a daughter. I didn't really like follow too much on what's going on. Do you know who's playing the daughter by any chance?
I forgot she's kind of new, but
Okay.
if you look at one of the Rampage streams I did recently, not the last one, but the one I think before that, or maybe I made it short. I cannot remember, but there is a TV show that was filmed in like 2013. Let me see if I can find the picture to it while you go through these chats here. But he had a son. They filmed it
Okay.
for CBS, and he had a son. So you can find it actually in pieces on TikTok if you look up Beverly Hills Cop TV show
Okay.
2013. But that is getting fully erased. What that TV show was supposed to be is nothing compared to what Beverly Hills Cop Axel F is going to be.
Okay. Big push real quick. Hopefully it's better than Coming to America 2.
Oh man, that
Yeah.
sucked.
Yeah. I the fact you put Eddie Murphy in the movie with my boy Wesley Snipes, I kind
Yeah.
of got me excited, but it didn't hit the way I thought it would. But it's tough to do I think a sequel on that one. I think Beverly Hills Cop is a better product to do a sequel on.
Yeah.
Coming to America.
And the thing with that too is whoever wrote that story didn't watch the original one, because I've watched that one almost like every year for the last like 20 years. The story didn't make sense.
Yeah, I still got to show my girlfriend that one. The first one, I mean, it's one of my all-time favorite classics. And they just brought it back up, I think on Monday, because the Giants had beat the Packers by a field goal. And that was literally when he was mopping the floors, and he goes into Mr. McDowell's office. He's like, I just watched the big football game. He kicks it between the big, and it actually happens. So it kind of predicted the game happening years later. So it's kind of funny.
I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but Brandon T. Jackson. That's a still from
Oh,
2013. So they
yeah.
actually
He
filmed
was
it.
pretty hot back then.
He was all over the place. So that was going to
Yeah.
be his big thing, but no dice. All right, Mr. All Power chiming in saying Eric should watch Teen It's so good, he says. And I do not have pictures. I was driving at the time, so I don't have pictures of the shoot.
Safe driving out there,
Yeah.
bro.
Mr. All Power, remember the Lethal Weapon TV show with Damon Wayans? I do remember that. I drive past the Safari a lot in Burbank, and that's where I forgot the guy's name. Riggs' character like lives. Or the Sean Astin. I can't remember. They switched it up because the main guy had beef with Damon Wayans, and he was acting.
I remember that. That's what I canceled eventually, I thought.
Yeah. And then Sean William Scott from American Pie came in, and it wasn't the same.
I think it had a decent run. I remember that one. trying to see. I think that's everybody on the in the chats. Miss Alpha, why did you like that one? Is that one of your favorites? I know it got canceled like what, 2 seasons, maybe three?
Third season was the last.
Okay.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, you want to talk a little ROH?
I think let's get to it because that's another bright spot for me. Again, TK, the ROH booker, is night and day from TK to AEW booker. We're getting women's matches, and I want to give another big shout out to is whoever Tony Khan and AEW hired to do these graphics. These custom graphics have been amazing for these past few times. The Athena Billy one, we've seen some for another ROH. We've seen some for FTR, a few other tag team ones. It's been spot on. It's been really cool.
Yeah, these look like old school, like early 2000s WWE posters that remind me of.
Yeah. Main eventing pay-per-view tomorrow. Athena versus Billy Starks in Texas. We have, which is being rumored to be Athena's send-off from Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I need her on AEW. I almost said the main roster. I need her on Dynamite Collision every week in the main spot for the women's title, which has been kind of in limbo a little bit. Tony Storm's holding it down now, but I felt like ever since Jamie Hayter got hurt, it's kind of lost wherever the story was going, and that's one thing TK needs to like. I know it's tough to really rebound and bounce back off of an injury and stories going sideways, but we got to find a way to keep compelling storylines going and not having it drag when things happen.
I agree. A rumor is she will be full time on Collision.
That'd be good, man. Um, Hopefully she has another title run to go with her there. She's earned it. I thought she's had the title for longer, but it's only been a year.
Okay.
But in this year, she's been off the wall. You have the matches with Ronda on the Indies on Ring of Honor. You have the matches with what's her name, the Magic Girl, Yuki.
Mm.
I can't remember her name exactly, but all of her matches, you can pull up all the list. It's been incredible. Mercedes Martinez with Willow, a great feud there. Yuka Sakazaki, that's her name. She hit one of the greatest O faces on her. It was incredible. But now he built a story with Billy Starks, which I'm surprised it ended this quick. I was really enjoying it. I think
So
you
go
got it.
ahead. I was going to say, I hope I'm wrong about this, but I feel like her being called up finally to AEW Dynamite or Collision, and again, it's rumored to be Collision, is because he does not have Mercedes Moné and he needs
Ooh.
another top talent. And so it's basically her being put on the back burner in ROH, because I'm sorry, that's what ROH is. Tony Khan can come out for 2-3 weeks now and promote Tony Nese versus uh, All Ego Ethan Page. Cool. All right, TK, promote it. But this is the back burner. ROH is the back burner. And I just hope that's not the case for Athena, and it's just kind of a go-to because Mercedes fell through. And I hope she gets a good push because it's basically her and Billy Starks doing this storyline.
Yeah, they're killing it. And I want to give a shout out to Lexi Nair as well, who not non-wrestler, but she's been a cool part of the theme and the story as well. Um, you're the first person I think I've seen mention this being like a backup plan for not having Mercedes, and man, that'll be such a blow. I Since last year, I think I went to the Kia Forum LA in January. We were all waiting for Mercedes to come. Lights go black after the Woods match. Cut to a commercial. Broke all of our hearts in the arena. Rita went silent. Heard some boos. That carried over to the next matches. Then we waited for her for Forbidden Door, but she got hurt before then.
Mm,
Waited for her in Wembley. We seen her appear. She was in the crowd.
yeah.
Then we waited for her with Wrestle Dream, Full Gear, LA again. Big sighting. Turned out to be Will Ospreay. If they really fumbled Mercedes and she's going back to WWE, man, that'd be such a blow. I hope that doesn't take away from Athena. Shouldn't be a consolation prize. What she's proved over
No.
this past year is she's like a legit star. Um, and she is a division herself. She's a division.
100%. When people mention ROH, I don't think of anything but Athena. And I'm not bullshitting here. I don't think of anything but Athena when people mention ROH.
And it sucks too because like I didn't see the promo that between Ethan Page and Tony Nese, but I know they're both great wrestlers. Ethan Page has gotten a terrible out of the stick since coming to AEW. I
He
mean, he
has.
left a very successful tag team, in my opinion, with the North, with Josh
Mhm.
Alexander, went on to become the longest reigning world heavyweight champion in TNA, and he's just been misused. I felt like throughout the card, and yeah, the card's been stacked, but I just felt like every time you stuck Ethan Page in there, it just was like on the back burner, like you said, especially with Ring of Honor,
Yeah.
where Taya is now. Taya and John Morrison are now on Ring of Honor.
Yep. They'll be on tonight if you got your Ring of Honor, whatever it was, Honor Club. Is it still Honor Club?
Yeah, Honor Club.
Yeah.
So I think this is obviously the most anticipated match. I think last update for this pay per view was like around 2,000, maybe 2,500 people in attendance. So it's
Okay.
building up. I think they're set up for 3,000. So that's good. They announced El Hijo del Vikingo on the card. That's another banger. We're gonna get the Jay Briscoe fight for Jay Briscoe match with FTR, Mark Briscoe, and then BCC.
Yeah.
So you have some stuff there going for you. It's just, and again, I'm glad the alternative if TK didn't buy Ring of Honor was that they would not be around anymore. But I don't know if this paywall thing is really helping. I don't know how many subscribers they have. They never announce it, so I don't know
No.
how well this is really working.
Yeah. I just feel bad because the people that are putting time in an ROH, it has a stigma to it.
It does.
It's not, oh, you're an ROH, that's cool. It's like, all right. I mean, there's Dynamite, there's Collision, there's Rampage, there's ROH. So I mean, you could have just kept it simple, TK. No storylines really, except stuff like this. And you just have solid wrestling. They didn't build up for the Briscoe Memorial match, but I'm excited to see it because that's kind of like what ROH is. So I'm excited for that match.
It is.
And keep it like that.
That one felt like a last minute one. Again, like you have the show, you expect people to pay for this, and I get why Athena was only on Ring of Honor because you want to get people to. The only place you can see her is Ring of Honor, so you can pay for that.
Yeah.
But you have a show where the world champions doesn't show up, the tag team champions. We just seen one guy pin your whole tag team with MJF for two pay-per-views in a row. I the purpose of putting Ring of Honor titles on them made no sense, and now these injuries happened. It's just dragged those belts. Last year we got FTR versus Briscoes, and now we don't know what's happening with them. But yeah, the fact that TK bought Ring of Honor is a good thing because an alternative it won't be around. But we have so many guys like Lee Moriarty on there that just, like you said, it's a negative connotation to it. And there's no, I don't think there's a fan base right now for Ring of Honor. The fan base that used to be there, I feel like they've dispersed. And this new one that's being built, I don't think is actually there. I think it's just people that might watch the real hardcore of hardcore AEW fans might tune into Ring of Honor.
But even those, the ones that go to the shows, they are leaving. People are posting the pictures. It's not just the look at the hard cam side stuff. It's all over the arena. You can tell how the show is filmed each week and where the camera doesn't show. People are leaving during, not even before, but during the ROH taping. So something fresh needs to be done. We talk about a fresh coat of paint. Get some primer and a big old 5-gallon and repaint ROH into something, anything. Put it into smaller venues, but TK needs to do something because I feel really bad that Athena and this great storyline with Billy just kind of got gypped because no one's really watching it and it's not being promoted. And you know what? You got the women's ROH champion now headlining your pay-per-view. She wasn't on Dynamite. She wasn't at Full Gear. She hasn't been on Collision. Just odd.
Yeah. It really is, man. And then so if so she does leave, and then Billy Starks is now the champion. I don't think that's really going to help anything. I like Billy a lot. I think it'll be a good moment for her, but it doesn't really feel like we're getting her that big moment that we're trying to catapult her into.
Well, let's go into this because it's going to all play into this anyways. Because if Billy Starks does become champion, it is going to be kind of a new restart for ROH because you're going to have someone very young. She had a birthday last week, and it's going to be how long can she hold on to the title? It's going to be a big thing, and it's just going to be kind of what we want in a new rebrand. We're talking about ROH possibly going somewhere, according to Tony Khan. So who's he talking to? Taking it off the streaming service and getting it onto a main provider, cable, hopefully. Well, WB here has been talking to the enemy. Warner Brothers Discovery has been talking with WWE higher ups this week, and I do believe they met a week or two ago at a Monday Night Raw where Triple H wasn't in attendance. They are talking about WWE going to WB-based televisions like TNT, like TBS, maybe Court TV. I don't know, but AEW is on there already. Knock, what do you make of this?
Right now, nothing too crazy. But the other thing people were saying, because look, you have WB. Um, Turns out CM Punk is really close to one of the top executives,
Yeah,
to the point where they had to come up with a way to get him on TV. They were very excited to have him on TV. You built up a new show,
yeah,
Collision, solely for him. And now he's gone from the company. That show is, I hate to say it, but it's flailing right now. And now he's in another rival promotion. He opened the doors for them to be able to talk. So now they're talking. We don't know if that's going to materialize into anything. People talk, people negotiate, people
yep,
test the waters.
yep.
If it materializes, which NWA knows it can materialize, that's a very bad sign. I'm
Yeah.
gonna flip it to you. Give your thoughts on this, and also, at what point does it become a worry if they don't announce the new AW deal? I thought would have been announced by now. I don't know, maybe when the next upfronts, or what do you think?
I'd imagine it'd be the next upfronts, but it is a little worrying. The WWE deal with USA ends at the start of the TV season in 2024. The AEW and apparently carries over into the January that next year. So it'd be a weird
Okay.
kind of switch in between. But also, you got to look at the fact that we don't know this for sure, but there are rumors that Warner Brothers owns a good percentage, not over, I don't think it's over like 20%, but a good percentage, 20% or less of AEW. And that's why you don't hear Tony Khan bragging about getting money from Warner Brothers. And he keeps trying to do things. And you look at some of the reports about AEW money coming in this year, none of it is being reported as like money that AEW is making. Like it's a profitable year. Like AEW is making money, but it's losing more money
I
because of what
think,
they need to put in.
yeah, I think for sure if they did turn a profit, they would have said it.
Yeah. He likes to
Like,
brag. If they brag
yeah.
about attendance, they brag about money.
So the fact that they're silent is a little worrying. The fact that we haven't got a new TV deal announced, it's just, I don't really know what's going behind the scenes, man. And there's been a lot, just the negativity building. I think they'll be fine, and we should want there to be competition. The fact that WWE is clicking all cylinders right now is because there's competition.
Right. And I do believe that CM Punk was put on Monday Night Raw just for this negotiation. Maybe not
I,
specifically, but I do believe it is because of the Raw negotiations. And if I was smart with Warner Brothers, and if I'm a company that's losing money like they are, I wouldn't be shelling out big bucks to WWE because we see the type of money that they're getting from the CW and from USA and from Peacock. Hold on to your money. Don't waste it on Aquaman 2. Put AEW on your streaming system
bruh.
and give them a good fighting chance. You don't have to put a lot of money in Ted Turner the hell out of AEW. Just give them a chance. Give them some opportunity and
Yeah.
promote the hell out of them more. There is a commercial out now on, Cartoon Network that I saw during Rick and Morty. It's on all TBS and TNT Warner Brothers stations about the holidays. They have like 3 or 4 AEW stars in the mix with other television networks and their stars. So that's what you need to do. Get synchronicity in there and help build AEW as a brand for yourself rather than lose more money and then get sold to what? Apple? I've never thought I'd see Fox Studios or MGM being sold to who they're sold to, like Amazon. I think that's whatever, because I don't need another studio like this being sold.
No, and I truly believe if they would have put AW on HBO Max right now, that would definitely boost a lot of interest and a lot of traffic towards the app. Or
Mhm.
Max now, not HBO Max. Warner Brothers is such a mess. Like, they could be helping AW out in a few other ways than what they're doing.
Mhm. It's all in-house promotion. It's not stuff that costs money. It's not promoting Aquaman 2 or Wonka where you're spending a bunch of money to put it on during football games and everything like that. It's in-house promotion. That's all you got to do. You got to make a
Yeah.
tab on your app. That's all you got to do.
I mean, Zach puts out some of these business solutions, and some people take it, some people don't.
I'm just saying, man, I'm a cheapskate. I know how to do this on the fly. You can do it. Mr. All Power, what if CM Punk goes to NXT and NXT goes to Wednesdays? I've said this before and I'll say it again. CW's 2 biggest shows aren't around next year. That's Riverdale and Nancy Drew. They need something to fill up on Wednesdays. What they get on Tuesdays with their shows that are coming back next year get this about the same ratings as NXT. So they're not going to mess with the formula. And if they need to fill a night, I do believe that NXT is probably going to Wednesday nights.
Yeah, I can see it.
You got other streaming stuff you want to cover really quick?
Yeah, so speaking of Warner Brothers, since we're still on it, they're opening up their doors for Tubi. the Tubi, which was kind of the joke of the streaming service. It was the free one. They're getting Warner Brothers, DC movies, and a lot of some of their material going straight day one to Tubi.
Day one to Tubi. That's so messed up in my opinion. Like Tubi was Pluto's little stepbrother. I don't understand how Tubi is getting all this play now from Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers is selling a bunch of their category to Netflix, a ton of their category. And you know what? Disney Plus is doing the same thing. So why am I paying money for these two services that I are just going to throw their stuff back on Netflix? And now Netflix, which was scrambling to figure out what to do, throwing a bunch of money at big projects, like the new Zack Snyder movie that just premiered last night that's coming on, Rebel Moon, they don't have to do that anymore because they're back to being Netflix again.
Yeah,
What the hell's going on, Knock?
I don't get it, and that makes me think like, are these streaming services actually profitable, or like they're just giving up a front? Because I thought this was competition. I thought Disney was going to be leading the charge here with the competition. Max would have had like what they had, but now we're just loaning out our stuff to other streaming services. So, like you said, what was the point of me doing this? Why should I have? I should just stick to one then.
Yeah. I hate streaming services. Streaming services are more messy than cable. Trying to figure out your cable bundle. Yeah, I can't with this.
So on the front, we've seen that Disney bought out Comcast to own Hulu now. So now we're getting that integration. Eventually, it's going to become one app itself. So that's going to be taken away. I'm expecting another price hike with that.
Yeah.
We have Max, not Max, Paramount Plus, which I have no reason for it at all. Halo Season 2 is coming out, and they're also going to be absorbing Showtimes. You guys like any Showtime shows, which I haven't watched in years? Check out for that. We got a tier list coming with all these streaming services. We're going to put all this information out there for you guys. Keep an eye out for that. I'm going to try to get as much information as I can for you guys in a fun, entertaining way as we rank as we rank these subscription services. But there's a lot in the pipeline, man.
Yeah. Let us know what your thoughts on streaming services too, and there's anything you watch. Probably just gonna do a general one for free ones like Tubi and Pluto, and just cover those in one small topic before we rank them all. We're just talking about ranking ones that we need to pay for, because the free ones, I mean, you can just hop on and go. So it's gonna be a tier list to help us understand what's actually worth the damn money. And now I'm glad we kind of waited on this one, because now that everything's going back to Netflix and everyone's just pimping their stuff out again, what's the point of most of these streaming services?
Yeah.
So
it's unbelievable right now, man. That cost is pretty much the cost of cable at this point. If you get all the ones that you kind of need,
it's higher than what it costs in LA right now for cable. It costs more than it costs to get Max, Disney Plus, Hulu. I guess you can combine those, Netflix, and Prime. So that's 5. If 4, if you want to combine those two, and that costs more than cable here in LA.
That's absurd. And then you got to factor in all these ones that are now doing commercials if you want the commercial free.
Some of these, okay, like Peacock isn't even going to have an option for that anymore. Like, that's messed up. Like, you just have to watch commercials. They're all going to start doing this now. Even Netflix might, but now they might not, because they don't need to. And all these other ones are going to. Everyone but Netflix is going to have mandatory commercials now. So you're back to doing cable anyways. They're all trying to make up losses. All of them are trying to make up losses, which brings me to my point again. Why go deeper into the red and pay for WWE Monday Night Raw when you can just promote the hell out of what you already got?
Yeah, it's insane, man. It's truly, truly insane. So that's the streaming services here. Speaking of streaming services, movie premieres, should we segue into something that doesn't have you in a chokehold? It has you in a claw, which I'm seeing some good reviews pop out for this, man.
All right.
I'm seeing some good reviews pop up, and as you guys can see here, we had MJF stirring the pot with Mr. Big Match John. He was there with John Cena. He took some pictures with Baron Corbin. He took some pictures with Liv Morgan. People talking about, some dating rumors there. Who knows? But the premiere of Iron Claw happened. I intend to see it. I know the story's going to be heartbreaking, but it's getting some good reviews, man.
I've seen like 50-50 reviews on it. So it's just, I really want to see it. I really want us to see it in the next week, and give our review as wrestling fans and film fans too. Let me just tell you, Knox these movies that I don't even expect him to watch. And it's not for like other reasons. It's just the fact that, oh my God, I know you've watched movies that I like. I just think it's very cool.
The Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah. But you're like a jack of all trades with like a little bit of cinephile in you too and everything. So that's what I'd like to know, like your and Eric's thoughts of this movie,
Okay,
because
for
you
sure.
guys do have like really good thoughts other than just like, well, this wasn't the exact story of the Von Erichs, and that's why I can't wait for us to all watch this.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, man. I was a little more excited because I thought I would see the AEW World Champion MJF in it, but you had told me you got a little cut down a bit, trimmed up.
Yeah, apparently he's in a blink and you miss it scene. But let us know what you think of it if you do see it. There are some special screenings going on in major cities right now, and again, reviews are going from like IGN giving it like a 3 to other people giving it like a 9.5, 9.9 out of 10. So we'll see.
Yeah, so I think I think it'll be good. I think people that wrestling fans will enjoy it.
Uh, I would have had to pay for a ticket, $400, and I would have had to wait in line and not even get in. So yeah, that's why I didn't fuck around with that premiere.
Oh man. But yeah, Iron Claw. I, so this is my thing too. So Kerry Von Erich and all them, they were the Von Erichs on AEW Dynamite. They were coming to wrestling. They had a backstage promo, but they're gonna be on Rampage in a wrestling match. The two sons, the tag team, they were in TNA for Slammiversary a few years ago.
They're in
They've been in
MLW for a while too. Yeah,
MLW for a while. They can go. I like them when I see them in TNA.
yeah, they're decent. But I mean, this is synergy again with Warner Brothers using the Von Erich story, which now Warner Brothers is going to have A24 movies on Max
Yep,
exclusively.
another one.
Iron Claw is an AEW is a A24 promotion here, so cross promoting that with AEW. So Warner Brothers has to do. We'll just see if this is just a cross promotion or if Tony Khan does want to use the Von Erichs if they go back to, like you said, Impact or MLW.
Hopefully not MLW. That's a step below Ring of Honor right now. No offense.
That's yeah.
Um,
Hammerstone, free agent.
yep, free agent Hammerstone. I would have loved to see Zach Efron pop up. I ain't gonna lie to you. That'd have been great.
Um, maybe he'll pop up on Raw. I thought he popped up on a Raw once. I could be wrong.
Damn, that's a slap in the face.
Wouldn't that be? Which one are you going to? I'm going to MLW. All right. Last movie bit here, just some stuff here. Sweet Tooth, Samoa Joe will be back. Twisted Metal got picked up for a second season. Let me know if you. I didn't finish it. I couldn't stand this show. I don't know what the hell
I
is
heard some
going on with
people
this.
enjoyed it. I don't play Twisted Metal for the story, so I can't really imagine what
Exactly.
they do with the show.
It's a decent setup with Anthony Mackie. It's just like it seems like every time he has a good punchline and he's really good in it, and a lot of the people are really good in it. It's just like the shot changes and it doesn't really catch him giving the punchline, or it's like whoever's directing it. I think that's my problem with it because
I gotcha.
it just doesn't flow. But Terrifier 3, let me know if you like the first two. I haven't seen either one yet. Horror fan, I know I should watch them. The second one was made for like well under $1 million and made over 14 million. So I mean, third one's coming. Chris Jericho's going to be a part of that. It's going to be a Christmas movie out next year, and Dwayne the Rock Johnson will be doing his own A24 film, The Smashing Machine, with Benny Safdie to direct. That is one of the Safdie brothers who did what is the Adam Sandler movie Knock?
Uncut Gems.
Yes.
Great movie, by the way. That was a complete guess, but I had a
That
feeling.
was good.
Okay, I like the way they set a tone. I like that.
Yeah. So do you think this is the right move by The Rock, doing a UFC fighter, Kerr? He's going to be playing him and getting away from the big budget stuff, getting away from Jungle Cruise, getting away from DC and Black Adam, and going smaller and almost like building back up his resume as an actor. You think this is the right move for The Rock?
It is because if you've seen him the first time when he came from WWE to the movie business, he went to what was that, Doom and all those other movies, the Scorpion
Mm-hmm.
King.
And Big
I
Cool was a good one.
Yeah, and then he went back down. He did some movies like what was that football movie, The Gridiron Gang, Standing Tall, I believe,
Walking Tall, yeah.
Walking Tall. He had some other ones where I seen like, oh, he can actually do this. He actually has some skills here. So I think this is a good idea. My only question is the MMA fighter he's playing, I believe is what, 53, 54 right now? The Rock is 51 or 50, somewhere in that ballpark. What time period are we going for here? And I don't even know what this fighter looks like. I can't really picture him. But I'm trying to see what story we're telling here.
Um, Let me pull it up.
Because if we're going back to when he did all this, like coming up as a fighter, I mean, I'm sure Rock can pull it off, but it just might be a little different. Kind of like how Jamie Foxx was to play Mike Tyson. I'm sure he had a great look, great physique for it, but
Yeah.
he was a little out of the range for like a young Mike.
Okay. All right, it's gonna be weird. Okay, that's who he's playing right here.
Okay.
You see? So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
kind
I
of
can
looks like
see
him.
it. See it.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I do believe doing this is a good move from The Rock. You gotta get that Black Adam taste out of people's mouths.
Yeah, you do. All right, yeah, a Jericho movie. He's got a new Christmas movie up, or two of them coming out. So enjoy the holidays. And
Hey, if you're looking for a horror movie, Zach, what was that horror movie we saw a few years ago?
oh, Rise of the Beast.
Yes, Rise of the Beast. Check that one out. Wherever you
Yes,
find Rise of the Beast.
yes.
But I didn't mean
All
to throw you
right.
in a spot like that, man. I was trying to think of the name myself. I
Oh
was trying to
man.
think of the-
So- I have a list of we're doing the Amazon free 30 days here. I'll make this quick before we wrap up. I'm trying to again watch as much as I can during that free trial period, and it's all horror movies. And last night I watched one. I got like a big bunch of a list of horror movies. So I was trying to think of
Oh,
that. So I'm
gotcha,
gonna
gotcha.
watch X tonight. So
Oh,
let me know if there's any fans of X, and then Maxine is the third one coming out, and I think Pearl was the second one, but we'll see.
gotcha.
NWA finally got a roster page on the website. Noob, that's great news. I can actually do stuff with it. Oh, that's such good news. Finally, Billy Corgan, you lazy.
Oh man, Billy.
Billy, Billy, Rosewood, Taggart. All right. There's a bunch of other stuff that happened. Let us know in the comments if there's anything else. Knox, is there anything else you want to cover?
I think we hit everything. To keep an eye out for TNA Final Resolutions popping up. We got more TNA wrestling coming back next Wednesday. Tier lists are loading, pending. Thank you all for being very patient. We hit 2,300 subs, man. Really appreciate that. Zach, like you mentioned earlier, has a new Q&A up in there for Maestro with my boy Bradley Cooper going for another Oscar. I love Kerry Mulligan as well. Great stuff there. And of course, we have the Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page POV highlights from our point of view at Kia Forum. So a lot of stuff on the channel right now. Keep an eye. And I got another announcement. I'm still cooking up some champions videos, just trying to balance this work schedule in my editing. But I want to get those out for you guys again. If there's any other champions you want me to list in a video, let me know. I'm looking for other ideas while I'm cooking the ones I'm doing. So big things for the channel as we close. I think this is our best year. I know we had a huge hiatus in the summer, but as far as
Yes.
beginning to end, I think this is our best year so far.
I think so too. Definitely check out the stuff that we got this week that's coming up. Both doing really great work on there. And Knock, I think you give the Dynamite cameramen a run for their money because you got some better shots than aired on Full Gear, man. So definitely check that out. And there's more stuff that happened this week, and we're going to cover it really quick in trivia. So get those fingers ready to play along with trivia. I got about 8 questions here about things that happened during the week. So get ready, and ready or not, let me know in the chat what that movie is that Obama produced as a horror movie. I do not know. Jordan Peele's supposed to have his new one being teased pretty
That's
soon.
insane.
Big push. Don't go anywhere. We got trivia coming up. Hold on now. We might do a 10 wrestlers from free agent scene. Might go to AEW, WWE, and TNA in 24. I can definitely do that, noob. At some point, hopefully before the year end, I will do that. Ready or not, thanks. Again, we're not done yet. We got a little bit more we're going to cover, and we're just going to do this really quickly because I know we both got to get out of here and doing stuff. But it is trivia time. Knock, are you ready? This has to do with anything that happened in the last week. Wrestling.
All right, let's do it, man. Everyone get your questions in, or get your answers in.
All right, here we go. Number 1, who made headlines posing next to MJF in the Iron Claw at the LA premiere? Liv Morgan, bum-ass Corbin, Triple H, or bum-ass Cena? We kind of went over this one already.
Yeah, we kind of hit this. I tell you, Zach did not tell me any of these questions beforehand, but that is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan
That's
stirring
right.
up some dating rumors.
That is right. No one cares about Cena. No one's talking about his bum ass. I would have also accepted Baron Corbin on that. All right. Question number 2. Who is the sponsor for the Rolling Stones Hackney Diamonds 2024 tour? K Jewelers, AARP, iHeartRadio, or DDP Yoga?
I'm gonna go K Jewelers.
Okay. Knox is K. Who do you have? Who is sponsoring the Rolling Stones Hackney Diamonds? I gotta say, their first single off the dome is actually really good. If bands this old are producing rock songs that are that good, come on, young people, let's get it together. TDP Yoga, K Jewelers. We got all these answers in here. You know who it is? AARP. They are officially sponsoring the Rolling Stones.
Oh, sheesh.
All right.
That sounds like a joke.
I know, that's why I had to be in the trivia. All right, a new Saw movie was announced this week. What number will it be? 11, 13, 12, or John Cena's last movie got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes?
12?
Knox saying 12. Mr. Allpower saying D. That is also correct. So I'd be a bad teacher. I'd be terrible at making scantrons. Ready or Not says 13. Let me just get to the next one here. Okay, we gotta do some math. I forgot what number it is. I think it's 11.
Ooh, that was my other guess.
Okay, yes, number 11. The top one is Saw 11, and then the date is 9. God, I'm fucking terrible.
Wait, is that 11?
Yeah, because 1 minus 10. Oh shit, that would
have to be in the front. I think.
No, wait a minute.
I think that might be 9.
Oh, 9 is the month, so it releases in September.
Okay, I see what we're doing.
27th. Okay, the red. Duh, the red is.
Okay, so 11. It is 11. So it is 11.
Yes. All right, it is 11. Okay.
Good job, everybody.
Fucking math. All right, which movie was not nominated for Best Picture at the Golden Globe? Barbie, Oppenheimer, Killers of the Flower Moon, Freelance, Air, or May December? There are 2 categories for Best Pictures in the Golden Globes. Kind of weird, but.
I'll tell you what game was robbed of some Game Awards. Spider-Man 2.
Which of these movies was not nominated?
I'm gonna go with Air. I don't think I heard too much about that. I mean, it's a Michael Jordan movie without Michael Jordan.
Okay, that's on my list of Amazon Prime that I want to watch. Again, movies that are released early in the year get left out in award season, so that's why you kind of forget about them. All right. Mr. Allpar says Freelance. Barbie says Ready or Not. It's Freelance. It's a John Cena movie that got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Of course it's Freelance. Why the hell would anybody even watch this? I feel bad for any critics that had to sit through this and even give this a 0%. Stupid ass John Cena. Look at him like a dumbass Flintstone character. Next question. What are Lexus Kings fans calling themselves? Members of the King's Court, Kingsmen, registered Lex offenders, or Cenophiles?
I hope it's not C. Please don't be C. I'm gonna go Kingsman. Kingsman sounds kind of nice.
All right. Anyone else have any guesses here? This is what I found out this week. Mr. Allpower says A, members of the King's Court. And Ready or Not says C. Ready or Not, you know the deal. Hopefully you're not one of them, but that is it. They're called registered Lex offenders. He says to make it stop because, you won't have merch or be able to bring your signs in. But
who came up with this?
Yeah. All right. And who came up with that beard? Anyways, let's get into the next one. Who partied with Taylor Swift at last Sunday's Chiefs game? Was it bum-ass Corbin, Selena Gomez, Ryan Reynolds, or bum-ass Cena, who got a 0% on the movie Freelance on Rotten Tomatoes? That is 0%. Not even one person liked it. 0% Freelance, John Cena.
This is former Chiefs player and Cardinals player Baron Corbin.
Oh, knock.
Yeah, I've seen the picture, man. Okay. Everything Taylor Swift, goes.
Yeah. That Selena Gomez picture is from her with Taylor Swift, as she did not go to the Time Person of the Year awards. That she's Time Person of the Year, so she kind of skipped her own ceremony and hung out with Selena Gomez and some other people. But yes, bum-ass Corbin.
Yep. Insane. I wonder if they were in the same box or you just seen her passing or what happened.
All right. I think I have one or two more here. Zelina Vega posted as who to prank Kofi Kingston? A telemarketer, Kofi's mom, a doctor, or an old man looking for his pills? Who did Zelina Vega pose as?
So I actually watched this video. I seen her bring up, stupid, and all this other stuff and make his accent. And I think maybe I didn't see who she played. I'm going to say telemarketer, though.
Okay. Anybody else know? Mr. Allpower says an old man. Or a doctor. Or his mom. Or his telemarketer. Okay. It is an old man looking for his pills. Zelina Vega. It's very fun if you can find it online. Super fucking cool that she actually did this and went.
She did it to Dom Mysterio as well.
Gotta find that. Zelina Vega, very good at streaming. All right, last one. What died this week? E3, Fight TV's name, or MJF's chances in Hollywood now that he's got that Cena stink on him? Knock. What is it? Which one?
Yeah. If you look on our channel, maybe 2 years ago now, West Coast POPcast made their debut at E3, and turns out that was the last E3, as it is now finished. Sadly, we couldn't go to the main floor because it's COVID, but you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. It is all the above. If you know what's going on in the news, E3 is dead, like Knox said. Fight TV will become Thriller TV, and I think it is now. I cannot remember, but the Thriller is like the place that actually owns Fight TV. And yeah, MJF now has the Cena stink on him, so expect him to be on Tubi television shows. Expect his movies to be in your local $2 bin at Walmart. He will be in movies that still rely on physical media for profit now that he has the Cena stink on him. MJF, folks, it's just a shame. That's all. It's just a damn shame that he has this Cena stink on him now.
it really is. Hey, man, maybe he might jump ship.
Yeah, hopefully. But that's all I got. So that's what happened in the week. And again, check out the new Maestro Q&A with Bradley Cooper and Steven Spielberg and Knox. Awesome, better than AEW camera work for Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland at the Kia Forum Full Gear, his live coverage.
It's been a great show, man. We appreciate you guys. I know it's an off day. Thank you guys for joining us on this off day. We'll be back for Wednesdays next week, of course. But Zach, great show. Everyone watch TNA Impact. We will get Eric to watch it.
Yeah.
But from your boys, West Coast POPcast, another episode. Peace out, y'all. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Yeah, take care, everyone. And make sure to hit subscribe and all that shit. Tell your friends. And make sure to keep your books open. The Royal Rumble stream is coming, folks.